Communist China, Tiananmen Square. A group of school students gathered together in Tiananmen Square to protest against something very, very important: the ability to talk freely, the freedom of speech.
After people started hearing of the protest, others started to join in and protest with the students who had started the whole thing. Before they knew it, they weren't just protesting for freedom of speech, they were protesting for democracy and civil rights. Did you know that the Chinese don't even have the same rights as black people 60 years ago? So they demanded more in their protests, and all of that was crushed by their government, not even taking their pleas into consideration. Before the protesters knew it, the Chinese government sent in soldiers with assault rifles. What they did afterwards was horrific and uncalled for. Not everyone died, but not everyone lived. The Cuban government has not allowed full freedom of speech in Cuba. This is not to say it always forbids all forms of criticism. People in Cuba don't oftenly speak out against their government, though. There's a quote on a website, freedomofspeechincuba.org, that has a quote. A taxi driver once told us, "I don't want a president, I don't want a government, I don't want a revolution." But clearly, he wasn't afraid to say this, and there was no chance anyone would find out about it either. If the government were to find out, it is doubtful anything would happen. However, without ever witnessing such a response, it is impossible for us to know what events take place. Unfortunately, many who claim that Cuba has no freedom of speech are also unclear on the facts themselves. More than 150 years ago in America, an underground railroad was created. A network of secret routes and safe houses allowed slaves to escape to their freedom. Today, a similar network has been created by Christian missionaries, smugglers, brokers to help North Koreans escape from their modern-day slave state. A place where freedom of speech, religious, and movement are all forbidden. But mainly people who wound up in jail or as prisoners, slaves, were mainly put there because of their speech. They spoke out against the government, tried to get their voice heard, and just ended up behind bars for no good reason.